Good evening and welcome to the Soaring Show, your weekly roundup of gliding news. This episode is going to be competition heavy, but we'll also cover a scam, Ed Oliver, and some Navboys announcements too. The club class nationals finished last Sunday. They flew a total of 5 days. John Roberts finished first, with Tom Arscott taking home the silver and Tim Fletcher the bronze. Soaring Show guest Seb VDS managed an impressive 7th overall. Well done all. The European Championships only have 1 day to go. At the time of writing, Owen McCormack is set to finish in the top 10 in the 15-metre class, while Henry is only 100-ish points off the podium in the standard class. It'll be exciting to see the results. Switching to the other side of the pond, the World Gliding Championships at Uvalde are ramping up. The competitors are going through scrutineering and are now in the official practice day stage. The first competition day is Sunday the 18th. The Brits are represented by Peter Harvey and Ian MacArthur in the 18-metre class, Steve Jones and Gary Coppen in the multi-seat 20-metre class, and finally Russell Cheetham and Tim Jenkinson in the open class. If you want to follow along, please be careful. Every time there's a major gliding competition, a bunch of scam accounts appear and post fake tracking links that are actually phishing links. The accounts look very convincing as they use the banners, the descriptions, and the posts made by the official pages. 1,800 of you have already been tricked into following just this single fake account. This is not the official Uvalde page, nor is this one, nor this. In fact, when you search World Gliding Championships on Facebook, the first 4 accounts are fake. The scammers hope you follow their page, click this link, press play on this fake video player, and set up an account providing them with all of your personal information. Scammers on social media are inevitable, but this situation has been made worse by the organisers for 2 reasons. They picked a terrible name for the official page. WGC Uvalde 2024 has 0 meaningful keywords, so when you search FIA, a World Gliding Championship, it doesn't come up. They also haven't linked the social media pages anywhere on their official site. If the team organising this event is watching, at the very least, put some links on your website and warn people about the scam pages on your homepage. For those of you watching at home, here's some general advice on keeping yourself safe when following competitions. Only follow accounts which are linked on the official competition website. It's a moot point in this case, but hopefully it will be fixed soon. Only use reputable websites like Soaring Spot for tracking and results. Read the link before clicking. If it's taking you to OnGlide, Glide and Seek, WeGlide, any of the known reputable trackers, then it's probably okay. If it's taking you to a random site that you've never heard of, like Stream2Watching, then it's probably dodgy. No tracking websites require accounts, so don't sign up. In Ed Oliver news, he hasn't done anything notable this week, so we now have a gap in the show. Bad form, Ed. In Navboys land, the headquarters will be quite empty next week. Both Jake and I are away, leaving only Colin manning the fort. The shop remains open, but might be a bit slower than usual, so if you need something urgently, please send us an email. Since I'm away, there will be no show next week. It gives you more time to tell us who you'd like to see at the next interview. In other news, we have a new member of the team. Here's a hint of who they are, and you can leave your guesses in the comments below. Finally, coming up on the gliding calendar, starting tomorrow we have the Pockleton 2-seater comp, and also the Junior Nationals, where I'll be heading as you're watching this video. That's all from me. I now leave you with Jake. Happy soaring and see you all next time.
Thank you, Dorian. Right, let's get into the weather. Looking at the surface pressure charts, this is actually midnight Thursday night going into Friday. Just wanting to show you this one, just because this cold front that's currently going through now as I record this is going to have a big impact on the weather at the weekend. So we've got a nice air mass behind that cold front going into Saturday midday, and we can see high pressure down to the southwest, low pressure over Iceland to the north. The winds over us don't look too strong, which is good. The air mass is good from that cold front. It's going to be quite a moist air mass as it's coming off the ocean, so it's going to be a maritime air mass. And going into Sunday, we've potentially got the risk of some fronts well out to the west as the day goes on, but at the moment it looks like Sunday should be relatively benign as well. Let's look at the noddy forecasts. So looking at Husbos, as that's where many of you are flying the Junior Nationals this weekend. So Saturday, looking like a sunny start to the day, relatively light surface winds, 6 miles an hour west. Later in the day, it's looking cloudy. Pretty much a pretty good looking profile from soaring point of view. Sunday looks potentially a little bit more cloudy earlier on, but maybe slightly windier on the surface. Looking at Met Office just as a cross-reference, looks pretty similar. yeah, similar temperatures, similar winds, maybe a bit more cloud forecast in the evening on Saturday. Sunday looks pretty good, looks sunny. Looking at SkySight, so this is the PFD, potential flight distance for Saturday, and it's looking like a pretty good picture across much of England, Wales, down to the southwest, and also northeast Scotland and the south of Ireland. Digging a little bit deeper into it, so I'm just going to do a point forecast for around Huzboz. I find this is a really useful quick summary of the weather. So looking at Saturday, it's looking like we're going to have some high cover pretty much all day, so you're going to be watching out for that. Mid-level cover later in the afternoon, and plenty of low and cumulus clouds. Thermal strengths predicted to be 2.7 knots, peaking at 3.1, and later in the day sort of dropping off around 5 p.m. at the moment. Looks like there should be cumulus, plenty of cumulus, and the soaring height is looking like it's peaks at just over 4,000 feet later in the day. That's above sea level. Got some temperatures down here, but what's more interesting is the wind. So wind is 5 to 6 knots at 240, 260 earlier in the day. Yeah, westerly going around to southwesterly later in the day. Let's have a look at Sunday. So Sunday on the PFD to start. Looks a bit worse on the PFD, and let's see if we can find out why. So less high level cloud and mid level, which is good. Low level is looking like there should still be some cumulus. Looks like the cumulus will be a lot thinner, so smaller chance of cumulus. Looking at the potential flight distance, that might be more to do with where areas where there's forecast to be less cumulus are forecast to be less good. But we'll look at the cumulus map in a minute. Winds are light westerlies again. So let's just have a quick look at that cumulus cloud-based map. So yeah, looking at Sunday, this is around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. You can see it's forecasting wisps by the grey area. The greens, it's forecast to be quite relatively low cumulus, 3,600. Light greens up to just over 4,000 feet, so it gets a bit better. But you can see blue across much of the north of England and Wales on Sunday. Just looking at Dave Masson's forecast, Dave is talking about Friday being good, and then further ahead, high pressure holding on for the weekend, chance of another good day or two. This obviously we're doing this forecast a bit earlier than normal, so I'd keep an eye on his forecast nearer the weekend. Sid's weather says on Saturday, late starting cross country with fairly late finish if you're happy with the blue. Best area around the Cotswolds. This is from Nymphsfield. And Sunday, similar but perhaps a bit more blue. Blue thermal slowly reaching 4,000 in light northwesterly. Again, late starting cross country if you like the blue. And Phil's weather, he's just about the weekend said a run of reasonable days with a northwesterly flow, but often tending to blue conditions. Yeah, looks like there's going to be a bit less cumulus on Sunday. However, across much of the UK on Saturday, looks like it should be pretty good. So I think many of you are going to have a nice weekend. For those of you flying the Junior Nationals, enjoy yourselves, fly safe, and I wish you the very best week. It's such a good fun competition. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun at Huzboz. Okay, I'm off on holiday, so I'll catch you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Cheers.